This young refugee told me the difficulty of his life as a refugee with complete neutrality and without any emotion. But look at the difficult and somewhat complex story his body told me when he did TRE. So now you see, look at the pelvis actually hitting itself on the floor. That tells you how deep the contraction is. Now you see it moved up to the upper part of the body, all by itself. There, that's it. Now it's moving up to the upper part of the spine. You see it's banging its shoulders on the floor. His body is trying to release itself from that fear. He's told me that he has had back pain for 2 years now. Okay? Well, this is why. Okay, so you see his shoulders are starting to move separately a little bit from the spine. So it tells me it's trying to figure out how to release itself from this contracted state. And it's better that his body figure out how to release itself rather than me doing it. Because it's his neurophysiology that has to figure out how to get through this. And this movement, which I have seen millions of times, is quite often with refugees. It's almost through. Okay, his neck is starting to soften. I have a little bit of traction. I'm pulling it so that I can pull the whole spinal column. And you can see how his body calmed down. Okay? And this big movement in the legs like that, I've often found is coming out of the freeze response. And the reason I'm waiting is I can see there's a twisting in the hip that's starting to happen. And there we go. That's wonderful because that's going to loosen the vertebrae, just like that. See how it twists up to the shoulder? That's it. Now it's going to be able to connect the body better. But what I want you to notice is the amount of energy stuck inside this body. So imagine being a refugee with your energy high like this for years, and you have to hold your body tight to survive. That's what refugees look like very often when I work with them. Huge amounts of energy stuck in very tight bodies. See, remember before it was only up to his shoulders. We had no movement in the arms. They weren't attached yet. And now they're attaching. And what am I doing? I'm holding his neck. Remember, I'm giving safety to the neck, and now the body can come alive, not endangered. It's going to start to attach itself to his body now. Can you see there are many pieces now starting to move? They're connecting up, okay? Before it was very segmented. It's still very rough and very strong, but now all the pieces are starting to talk to each other. So when this young man sat up, he expressed to the group that he felt much more relaxed, his back pain was gone, and he actually felt more flexibility in his body. Having worked with many refugees in the past, I believe it's imperative that when we are working with refugees, we assist them to release the hidden stories in their bodies that might not have words or which might be too difficult to express with words. We must help them release the hidden stories from the tissues of their bodies. It's my personal belief that if we work with the body with refugees, we can actually help them liberate themselves from potential years of internal stress, anxiety, and internalized trauma behaviors.